Hey everybody, it's Dak here from TheEdB0ys. Today I've got a money making guide for you. We're going to be talking about picking Mort Myre Fungus in the Mort Myre Swamp, believe it or not. This is a good way to make some money with pretty low requirements, but also for players who can handle a few higher requirements, you can make upwards of $1 million an hour pretty easily. The only actual requirement for picking Mort Myre Fungus is to complete the Nature Spirit quest for a blessed sickle, which is used to grow the fungus out on the logs in the swamp. From here, you could do the most inefficient method for this, which would just be running back and forth from the bank in Canifis to the swamp with only your sickle, and then healing the prayer that you lose while casting with some prayer potions. You can still profit up to 400k an hour like this, but with a few tweaks to the run, you can actually speed things up a lot, so I really wouldn't suggest doing it this way. First, I recommend having the Salve Graveyard Teleport, which does require the Arceus Spellbook and 40 magic. You can use this teleport combined with the Ring of Dueling for some very quick bank trips. I also would wear a Glory just in case you forget to replace your broken Ring of Dueling, and I do have a Rune Pouch to save me 1 inventory space, but it only takes Laws and Astrals to teleport, so it's really not that big of a deal. To heal your prayer points, I use an Ardy Cloak to teleport to the Ardoin Monastery, and then go ahead and use that altar. But if you have a pool in your house, that is another good option, as it will also heal run energy, though run is not too important since you don't have a very long run with the teleports, and if you have Graceful Clothing, you're really not going to run out. I do prefer the Ardy Cloak myself, just because I like to equip it, but if I had a Construction Cape, I probably would home port instead. If you complete the Moritania Hard Diaries, you will automatically collect double fungus from the logs, which will clearly double your profit by itself, so this is highly recommended to get done, though you can still profit pretty well without it. Let's go ahead and take more of an in-depth look at the run, as I know you've just seen it sped up in the background for a few minutes. The Salve Graveyard tells you right outside the swamp. Make sure that you toggle off the warning message for the gate on the way in, as that will slow you down. I like to go by these 4 logs here, even though you can only grab 3 of them at a time. It's easy to recognize these 4, and the run is not very far from the gate. Make sure to stand in the middle of these 3, so that when you cast, you catch all 3 logs. You do use up to 6 prayer points every time you cast, so higher prayer could help the speed of this, because you won't have to go heal your prayer points as often. You're not guaranteed to get every log each time, but you can fill an inventory and bank in just over a minute. If you've only got 2 inventory spaces left, I really like to just telly out early as to not waste a bloom. You could potentially, if you only have 4 spaces left, bloom and get 6 fungus because all 3 logs grab, but a bloom that you get 2 logs with is not really a waste, so even though you don't get those 2 fungus, not a very big deal. Use your Ring of Dueling to bank at Castle Wars and head right back. Whenever you need to restore, you can use your Ardy Cloak or your House Teleport and head right back. That's really about it. It is not a very complicated run. I get about 1,300 fungus per hour like this, though on a good hour I can definitely manage 1,400. I'm just a little bit relaxed with it. When I recorded this, Mort Myre Fungus were up to 850 coins apiece, which is pretty high for them, not gonna lie. But when they get low, they don't tend to dip too far under 700. So that's still like 900k an hour. At the moment, I'm making 1.1 mil an hour. So with minimum requirements, you can still make decent cash at Fungus, but as you can see, with the right runs, this turns out to be a really solid moneymaker. That's going to wrap up this guide, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that you got some useful information from the guide, and best of luck making some cash.